How to easily wholesale any piece of vacant land. Guys, it's Rick Ginn. In today's video, I'm going to show you why you should be wholesaling land. I didn't do it when I started out. I'm going to show you why it's so advantageous even for someone who's not done a deal. And I'm going to break it down in 4 simple steps that anyone can do it with absolutely no experience. But before I get into it, do me this favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button so other people can find the truth out about wholesaling. So yeah, you read this right. You can wholesale vacant land. In fact, I avoided this when I started out wholesaling houses because I didn't understand it. And I'm here to tell you it's actually simpler, faster, and much easier to do than a single family house. Now, let me give you a caveat. I don't want you to ignore single family homes because I still think there's a ton of money. There's a lot more opportunity in it. Is it more work? Yes. But when vacant land comes up, maybe a property's attached to it or something, guys, it is like free money. People are trying to hand you money and you keep turning it down because you know what you say? I don't know how to do land. Let's talk about why it's so great to wholesale land. Number one, there's less competition. People always go, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to comp it. I don't know how to write a contract. Do I have to use a separate type of contract? Guys, they're just excuses. So when you find people make a ton of excuses, just go attack it. It works well. Number two, land, people don't have that emotional connection. They didn't raise their kids on the land. They don't have the little marked charts on how high people go. And if you understand that, they make less emotional decisions. They can actually make a decision just to sell. So I love that you don't have that personal connection to it. And for that reason, one of my favorite parts of land. They can make a quick decision and it doesn't hurt them. The next one is like these leads are pretty much free to get. It's not that hard to find vacant land. I'm going to show you how to do it. And the last one, which is why I love vacant land, it's fast. It is lightning fast because we're not involving banks. We're not doing massive underwriting. I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. Guys, for all these reasons, man, I don't want you just to do exclusive vacant land because you'll do well, but you're going to niche yourself in a corner. I want you to wholesale anything that people are willing to sell. The reason why we are all gravitated towards wholesaling is because we minimize our risk and we maximize our reward. Why would land be any different? Remember, land is that physical land and then there's a piece of real estate on top of it. All you are is removing the house. Let's walk through the 4 steps on how you can get started wholesaling vacant land. Now, vacant land, I've always stressed this since I've been preaching on the choir about this 20 plus years, is you have to do it in reverse order. It doesn't work. See, most of you do single family houses and you take your skill set of marketing, your number one skill set, and you find motivated sellers. Now, here's the difference when it comes to vacant land. You have to do it in reverse order or you're wasting your time and you're maximizing your risk. So how do I do that? I have to locate supply and demand. Now here's the problem. If I go out like South Dakota, you can get all the vacant land you want. You are not going to have customers for it. So find a place where people want to move to and find a place where there is some inventory of vacant land. If you get really good at this, you'll catch the trends. And once you find the established buyers in that market, you find supply, you can do this skill set over and over in an area. You can run as much as 5 to 7 years if you get really good and dialed into it. But here's the key, guys. You have to get off your butt and you have to get started. Stop talking about it. Honestly, you can watch this video and start wholesaling vacant land immediately when this video is done. I'm not kidding you. You guys just keep talking yourself out of it. So what I want you to do is find an area where there is a good population. I like 100,000 or more, but 50,000, I wouldn't go below that because I want to make sure people are coming into that area. There's got to be demand. Otherwise, you can't push the price. Now, how do I find demand? Guys, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Find out where the Home Depots are. That's where they're supplying all the supplies to build these new homes. Find out where the Walmarts are. They don't go to places they don't think there's not going to be a solid market to sell their products. Look at Starbucks. I don't know, Starbucks is the best one, but I like Home Depots and Walmarts because that's where I look for my wholesale opportunities. And you're not going to find a Home Depot in the middle of nowhere. If Home Depot doesn't want to be there, I don't want to be there either. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out supply and demand. So find some supply and make sure there's demand for it. That is step number 1. And if you skip this, you're going to waste a ton of time. So start out with this process. Okay, Rick, how do I find these areas? So I'm going to give you 3 separate ways how you can pull these lists, and it's unlimited how you can do it. So the easiest way, if you're broke and you have no money, to find the most motivated people, the people that want to make a decision now and sell the land, remember, they're not emotionally attached to it, but if you have a tax bill, there's property tax on vacant land, and you have not paid it in years, it's a high probability there's a reason they're not paying the property tax. They're annoyed with it. And those people, if you can get that tax delinquency list, I highly, highly suggest it, because you could do it nationwide. Now, be careful. Make sure you pick a market where there's actually demand. You got Home Depots, big box stores, Starbucks, stuff like that. And that's where you want to start out finding it. Another way you can do it is you can do PPL leads, pay per leads. And if you go into companies like iSpeed the Lead, great company, and you can get in there and you can actually specifically search for vacant land. Now, those people do want to sell. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money on marketing it, probably $200 to $500. But if you got some money, that's a fast way. You can get off this video and start that process. Make sure they're in areas that you desire. That way you can handpick the leads. You'll pay a little bit more, but honestly, you're not selling properties in like South Dakota, North Dakota, places where I don't think you're going to get a buyer for it. My third favorite way is just go over to X Leads. If you don't have it, xleads.com. It's an all-in-one wholesaling software. You can run comps. You get free skip tracing, 25,000 leads even for the basic account. And if you go with the upgraded version, you get the full dispo. That's right. You used to have to pay like 30, 50 grand for these softwares. We included all in X Leads. Check it out, xleads.com. Now you can go on there and look under property features, and you can search specifically just for vacant land. Now it's included in your subscription. And to me, that's the easiest way to pull it. You can actually do the tax delinquency as well there. So you kill two birds with one stone. Check it out, xleads.com. Now, the other way is you can go on Zillow and just search for vacant land. I find it a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more time consuming. But guys, I just gave you 4 ways anybody can get vacant land. And by the way, I'm giving you a $3,000 course and it may be a 10, 15 minute video. Yes, you're welcome. That's what we do. I don't know why people sell this information. It's so basic. So we've gone through step 1, supply and demand. We locate the list and we pull them out. Now, what do we do after that? I know what you want to do, and don't do it. Do not call the sellers of this vacant land. Here's what I want you to do. You need to go find buyers. You can go in your X Leads account and you can find buyers. You can use some public data if you have access to it. Find cash buyers that are buying vacant lands in that market. You're going to see a trend. Now, you're going to come across a lot of builders. Builders can be difficult. You just got to get through it. You got to find out what your buyer's buy box is. Specifically, what do I mean? What type of lots are they buying? Are they infill? And infill is basically a lot with houses built around it. It's one of the last ones. They are my favorite type. Those are the best ones. Is the lot cleared? What do you mean? Are there big trees? Is it like overgrown? There's a significant expense to clear a lot. It can be up to $30,000 to $50,000 to knock down big giant trees. I prefer a cleared lot because I can sell it faster. It doesn't mean I avoid ones that aren't cleared. I just have to build in a buffer 10 to 30K to clear it out, depending on how big the trees are on it. I also have to look at utilities. Is there water, sewer, and electrical in there? Now, if it's an infill lot, I already know the answer to it. If it's in the middle of nowhere, you're middle of the Dakotas or something, I'm not picking on the Dakotas, but it's very hard. And we do not want to build solar houses that you can't connect to utilities because you're going to have a very, very small buy box for that. We also have to look at the zoning, make sure we can actually put a single family home on it, find out if it's a commercial. Maybe people build apartment complexes. The zoning is critical. It's going to be the first questions any type of builder or anybody wants to build on a lot wants to know. And the last one is egress, ingress. How do you get in there? Like, what is the road system? How did it go? I'm also going to look like, what is the drainage? Is it typically a wet area? Like we're in Florida, we have to have retention ponds everywhere. That water has to go somewhere. We're in the damn swamp. And so you have to look at all this stuff, but it's simple. You just find the buyer's box and the builders will tell you. I like to find private builders. They just pay more and they work faster and they don't question your paperwork. Understand big builders. Sometimes they make you double close on the lot. Not the end of the world if you're making the profit, but an assignment of contracts, how we're going to take these down. The big builders typically won't do that. You got to do a double close. Just know that going into it. The smaller the builder, the better. So now we get into step 3. We just got to make an offer. Rick, how do I make an offer? Listen, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell you with single family homes. Stop obsessing about comping it. Do you want to be a realtor or do you want to be a wholesaler? A wholesaler finds money in the project today. We don't find it 5 years down the road. And how do we do that? We offer significantly below the value of the property to provide speed and convenience to solve a problem quickly for a seller. It is no different in vacant land. In fact, it's easier. And here's the huge advantage you have making the offer. There's not a lot of intel on what the value of the land is. This is like 2003 wholesaling houses. When I did it, nobody kind of knew what their value was. They had to call a realtor and they didn't have Zillow. They didn't have Zestimate and all this stuff. Land is still in that world. It's very hard to comp land, even with Zillow and all the tools you have, X Leads, because they don't trade hands as much and they're all very different. So use this as your competitive advantage. So Rick, how do I make the offer? You haven't gotten gotten to the point yet. Stop worrying about what the value of the land is. And if you did this in backwards order, you reached out to your buyers, you got a buyer box, and you ask them, how much would you pay for a quarter acre, half acre, third of an acre, or a full acre, or 5 acres in this area? And they're going to spit out a number. Maybe it's 100,000, maybe it's 50,000. Once I have that number, it's just reverse engineering the math. That's it. Rick, how do I make the offer? So if they said they pay 80 grand for it, you just got to make an offer under 80 grand. Do you understand this? This is how you can do it fast. It's simple. I like the KISS method. Keep it simple. I'm not going to call you stupid, but if you can't figure out how to wholesale land at the end of this video, you are stupid. Sorry. It's just the truth. It's so simple. You guys want like 400 steps to do it. It's 4 simple steps. So we're on making the offer. There's no underwriting. It's simple. You can use the contract we provide at freewholesaling.com. Stop complicating it. You can do a simple 2-page contract. Remember, the land is always the value of the asset built on top of the house. There's no house. There's no emotion. Make the offer. And by the way, they fully expect a lowball offer. And here's what people based land sales on. I bought it for $10,000 8 years ago. Rick's offering me $50,000. That's not a bad deal. That's how I get most of my land offers. Did you see some crazy script or like I have some crazy sales technique? I just offered below what the cash buyer buy box criteria offered. So they said we pay up to 80. So I'm going to probably go in and make an offer around 40 or 50. Why? It's kind of a yes or no. Either they want to get it sold or not. Most people that buy land base their price on what they bought it for. If I bought it for 10, Rick's offering me 40. Not a bad deal. Maybe I ask him for 45. Do you see how simple this is? You just do it over and over again. You see that you can't do it like you do regular real estate, put it under contract, then go to the cash buyers. In fact, you are doing it completely wrong if you don't do this in reverse order. Now, here's the one caveat to it. Your inspection period, you get away with longer periods. And my favorite part is they're very simple. They're not emotionally connected to the property. People are going to go out and touch the dirt. They'll drive by it. So you have no problems sending 100 cash buyers by because it's just dirt at the end of the day. Now, here's what I want you to do. Most inspection periods on a single family home is 30 days or less, anywhere from 2 weeks to 30 days. I prefer 30 days on a single family home because it gives you more options. But when it comes to dirt, I put 90 days on every contract. I can get up to 6 months to a year. Why? They don't give a crap if you buy it or not because there's no skin off their back. So ask for 90 days. Why? Because it's going to take time to sell these properties. They don't sell as fast as single family homes. There's less types of buyers, builders, construction guys, GCs, stuff like that, people who want a vision to build a home in that neighborhood. So we have to have a little bit more time. But guys, stop overthinking this. The buyer said they'd pay 80. You make an offer at 40. Maybe you go to 50. You can make 20, 30 grand right there. Imagine if you did that 25 times every day. I promise you, you're going to make money. This is like printing money, but you got to go out and get it because you're overanalyzing it. Most of you spend way too much time trying to underwrite the land. And here's the best part. Say the deal doesn't work out. You can't find a buyer or your buyer doesn't step up and do the number. You've got 90 days. I can't make this any easier for you. You've got X leads to back you up, everything. But you don't need X leads. The idea is you just need to find the cash buyers, find out what their buy box is, make an offer below that, and capture the difference, which leads us to step number 4. Now we're going to do an assignment of contract. Well, Rick, how do I do this virtually? I don't like it. Listen, I would love for you to do this in your backyard, but there's only so many properties. Vacant land wholesaling is a nationwide technique. It is simple. You can move with speed, and some people make this their niche market. I like to do it all, but I know people exclusively just do vacant land all over the country, and they've never been busier than they are right now. Land is a premium they're not making anymore. You know the old saying. So how are we going to sell this? We sell it assignment of contract. Now, it's just like you do a regular single family home. What you can do is go in your XLeads account. If you don't have it, go to xleads.com. We include the e-signing in there, and you can tell when they open the contract, how many times they viewed it, and when they've completed and executed the contract. Because if you're sending out 20 or 30 contracts every other day, then I need to know who's signing, what order they're coming in, so I can move my pipeline. Now, when you work with a bigger builder, they might require you to do a double closing. It's not the end of the world. It's going to eat a little bit in your profits, but sometimes it is the best way to go. So guys, it's a simple 4-step process to wholesale any piece of land. Number 1, supply and demand. Go find the big box stores, look up, use your XLeads account, pull the tax delinquencies, find the vacant land in the property features filter tab. Step 2, go do your buyer's intel, get your buyer box, see what they'll pay for it. Type the lot, infill, cleared lot, utilities, ingress, egress, what's it zoned for, and find that. Number 3, make the offer. Skip the underwriting process. They said 80, you made an offer at 40. If you can make those numbers work, you can do it over and over. A child could do this. You guys are overthinking it. People make stuff too complicated in wholesaling. The truth of the matter is you got to have the guts to go out there and do it. And it's scary as hell when you first do it. But honestly, to me, land is more forgiving. Now, I believe there's less profit in it, but I believe it's easier opportunity. So my recommendation is to do a combo of both. So once you write the offer, once they accept it, you then go out and find your cash buyer, which you should already have preloaded. You send them an assignment of contract and you repeat this process over and over. I've done so many land videos really over the last 10 years. I'm just telling you, please refer to this one because I just want to simplify it. I think we're complicating it. This market is not too saturated. It's only saturated in the amount of courses people are trying to sell you on it. So guys, get out there and make the offer. Honestly, I could teach a 10-year-old child how to do this. What's your excuse? 4 simple steps, wholesaling land, make a ton of profit. Guys, go out there and get the money. It's there for you. If you need help with this, go over to freewholesaling.com. Check us out on our YouTube page, on my Rick Ginn channel, The Flip with Rick. You guys know my son, Zach. I love wholesaling. And why would wholesaling land be any different? If anything, it's easier and it's faster, but you got to go out and put the work in it. So guys, let me know in the comments if you're wholesaling land and let me know if you believe in these 4 steps. I've done this a long time and honestly, I love the speed of wholesaling land. So let me know in the comments. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can find the truth about wholesaling. This is Rick Ginn. I'll see you in the next one.